Call a special village board meeting to order. Let the record reflect that it's Tuesday, November 17, 7:45 p.m. This meeting is being conducted pursuant to Governor Pritzker's Disaster Proclamation and Public Act 101-0640, which amends requirements of the Open Meetings Act due to COVID-19 pandemic. All members are present and accounted for. All the materials for this meeting are available on the village website, and we recommend the members and the public to follow the agenda as posted. For the items for public comment, after members have spoken, I will forward public comment as follows. Once the chair has listed all the public commenters, I will call on each person present and at the meeting and afford them 6 minutes for their comment. The public was also afforded the opportunity to submit a request until noon today to an email at the clerk's office or by placing their written request in a drop box at the village hall. To participate publicly via a live telephone call at the relevant portion of the public meeting. They were also afforded an opportunity to submit written comments until noon today by emailing their public comments to the village clerk's office or placing their written comment in the Dropbox. Written comments will not be read aloud. And finally, each vote taken this evening will be conducted via a roll call vote. At this time, if we could please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Burke.
Here.
Trustee Brady.
Here.
Trustee Brennan.
Here.
Trustee Galante.
Here.
Trustee Glotz.
Present.
Trustee Mueller.
Here.
President Vandenberg.
Present. Excuse me. Item number 1, at this time I'd ask for consider approval of the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded. Please call the roll.
Trustee Burke.
Yes.
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Galante.
Yes.
Trustee Glotz.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you. Item number 2, at this time I'd ask for a motion to consider approval of the minutes of the special village board meeting that was held on October 20, 2020. Is there such a motion?
I'll second the motion.
It's been properly moved. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you.
Mueller and Brady.
Please call the roll.
Trustee Burke.
Yes.
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Galante.
Yes.
Trustee Glotz.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you. Item number 3. Trustee Glotz.
Received presentation from Alexis O'Farrell, General Assistant Case Manager, Community Outreach for the Orland Township.
Hi, how are you
That's
doing?
a nice bundle of paperwork here.
I do, I have one for everybody. Can I approach or
Yeah,
pass
yeah.
out or whatever's easier for everybody? You just take one and pass it.
Take one down, pass it around.
So Alexis will be discussing the Orland Township's Emergency Assistance Program for us tonight.
So I'm Alexis O'Farrell. I'm with Orland Township. I'm in the General Assistance Office. A little information about township government, for those that may not know. Township government was actually the oldest form of government in our country. Dates back to the 1630s, give or take, back in Rhode Island. And one of the things that they established then was a form of government for everybody. And so they established, one of the forms they established was general assistance. Jump ahead to 1850s, it was established here in Illinois. One of the first things they did was they did establish township boundaries. Township boundaries were meant to be 6 mile by 6 mile parcels of land. So there are over 1,400 townships in Illinois. It looks like a checkerboard. We are all governed by the township officials of Illinois, and we're required to do 3 things. The first thing we do a lot of things in our building, but the 3 things that are mandated that we have to have, tax assessor's office, because we are funded on taxpayer money. People have a right to appeal, make sure they have all their exemptions, senior tax freeze, homeowners, exceptions, all that. So we have 2 great officers that can review your property taxes and file those appeals for you. Second thing we have to have is we have to have a roads and bridges department. We call it our highway department, 160th and Wolf. They maintain anything unincorporated in our little 36-mile parcel of land. So we have about 90% of Orland Park, about 80% of Tinley, and all of Orland Hills in the middle. Tinley Park's very unique because there are 4 different townships. I mean, you guys have quite a bit going on. So obviously, I think Orland has the biggest chunk. You've got Bremen, Rich, and Frankfort Township in Will County. So the last thing we have to have is my office. We have to have a general assistance office, and a lot of what I do dates back to that 1630 kind of little history lesson I gave you. So general assistance was put into place to help those people that no other governing bodies are protecting. So general assistance is the state mandated program. It's a program usually for either an unemployed individual where unemployment has run out or they're just never afforded unemployment. So they have no income, no resources, and there's no other governmental assistance that that person might not be eligible for. So we would help them out on a monthly basis, like with this monthly stipend to help out with usually rent or utilities. The second program we have, it's not mandated in Illinois, but in Cook County, we pretty much all the townships in Cook County have it, emergency assistance. And emergency assistance was established to help that individual or family through a hurdle. They've had a bump in the road, they're trucking along, they've had something. A fire in the home, furnace repair, car repair to get to work, loss of job, breadwinner is out of work for 8 weeks due to an ankle surgery. You know, whatever that bump in the road is, they were trucking along, everything was going great, they had that emergency, here's the plan to get them out. So we do help with a one-time grant made payable, usually toward shelter or utility needs. So emergency assistance and each township does establish its own kind of rules with that. For us, it's once every 24 months. We want, our goal when meeting with me is to get them back to that stability. If we help out with rent, I put you in touch with the NICOR or combat hardship, let's just really get you up and above so you really don't need assistance ever again. So we've kind of put into place once every 24 months because people are kind of coming in for their annual. It's Christmas, I need my annual ComEd grant. So I have met with I've met with quite a few church groups, St. Vincent de Paul. I have talked with Orland Parks Water Department. I have actually introduced myself to a few, the larger rental establishments, the residences at 159th. I had a really good relationship with her, but then she left about a year ago, so that lady is a little bit more, I think they were a little bit more strict so I haven't heard since from COVID, but certainly with COVID, it's just huge right now. We're busier than ever. During the summer, we were still there administering as many grants as possible. So what I gave you today, on the right side, this is all information about Orland Township and what I do. So they pick up any resident that has an emergency or any kind of financial hardship. Call me. Definitely refer them our way. We have an assistance packet. These are some of the things that are in the assistance packet. We, issue additional resources that are in there. There is a checklist of some items they would need to bring, proof of last income, what other governmental agencies have you applied for. And once they've gathered those items, we would sit down and do an intake interview and just see what's the best way we can help this resident and what else can we apply for. Tonight I was staying late doing Salvation Army. I'm a Salvation Army volunteer as well, so I have access to their funding. ComEd just opened up some really great things with combat hardship and something called Helping Hand. So residents are taking advantage of these. On the left are some samples of the other resources that I constantly get my hands on. So when I meet with a resident, you apply for this. Oh, you need some Comcast help. They have a low-income program. So I have gobs of resources at my disposal so these just seem to be kind of the most popular right now of what's going on. These are obviously taken off websites. Feel free to make copies of your own, keep them in your desk. When residents come to you that are about to be homeless, at least you can send them on their way with this and then definitely refer them to me. I know we had originally talked about the water department, I think was the whole purpose of this, but anybody that you guys come in contact with, whether it's summer picnics, it's food, any any resident that you guys, come in contact with, please refer them our way. We have a lot of great services. We have, right now, a Christmas program or a holiday program. We have Easter baskets. We have a food pantry, low-income medical vouchers. So we do a lot of great stuff. So any resident in Orland Township having any questions or resources needs, please refer them our way.
Alexis, thank you for your presentation and
Thank
coming.
you.
Yourself, your staff, Paul O'Grady,
Right, it's,
our own here, Bill Brady, everything you guys do at the township is absolutely
and we were just,
amazing.
I'm just so proud of our staff too. We really thought outside the box this summer. Our seniors were calling because, they're not playing bingo, they're bored, what can we do? We all came in and we cut out mask kits and we sent every resident, all the seniors that had sewing machines, we kept them busy, here, make masks. So we made a donation of, 500 masks to our fire departments and our, first responders from us. So we wanted to keep our seniors home. We did water drop-offs. A lot of our senior drivers became prescription proxies. So keeping them home, we'll pick up your prescriptions for you. You guys stay home, we'll drop off, So we really did think outside the box this summer.
Could do
We were
it.
all just,
Could do a Zoom meeting and have Bill tell jokes.
yeah, which I think we did at the, we did have a drive-up concert, so it was kind of like an old-fashioned 1950s drive-in, so that was real fun. So, we're really trying to, we've had to change a lot of what we do this year, but, I'm willing to meet residents in person via Zoom, email me documents. We're really
Great.
thinking of, we'll make it work. We'll help as many residents as we can.
Great, thank you, Alexis.
So definitely refer them our way,
Thank
Water
you.
Department.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. I have one more if anybody needed it.
Thank you, Alexis.
There you go.
Thank you.
You don't have to stay, Alexis, if you want. Oh,
As late as it is. Thought that
Thank
should be
you.
over now.
Okay, can we move on to item 4 then?
Yes, sir.
Item 4. Back to you, Trustee Glass.
Clerk Darian?
Trustee Glatz and I would like to present a couple local businesses this evening. I am pleased to introduce Frankie's Ristorante. Frankie's Ristorante is a family-owned business with 34 employees that has been in Tinley Park for 13 years. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Frank Santoro of Frankie's Ristorante.
Thank you, everybody. It's an honor to be here and be invited to be a part of this. As she had said, we have been here in Tinley Park since 2008. We opened in April of 2008, and we are a family business. Myself, my sister, my dad, we all are around and running the day-to-day operations. And then we do have, like she said, 34 employees, that which my chef, my sous chef, and all my kitchen staff has been there since day one, so 13 years with that. And a lot of my servers and bussers and all that too, same thing, they've been there for many years. We're kind of like an Italian Cheers, everyone kind of makes the joke about that, because like everybody knows everybody there. Pre-COVID, everybody hugged and kissed each other when you came into the restaurant. And it's just, it's just a wonderful place to be, to meet strangers. There are tons of people who didn't even know each other and met each other at the bars or having dinner, and now they're friends, or, their kids hang out and all that. So it's been a wonderful experience growing up, starting our business here for the last 13 years. Everybody in the village and everybody in the neighborhood and community has always been very supportive of us, especially during this last 7 months of COVID. I tend to say that our regulars kept us in business, because if I didn't have all those people for the last 13 years supporting us, there's no way if we were a new business we would have made it through this. And just tough being the kind of restaurant that we are, trying to change everything for pickups now and deliveries and to-goes, and you go from a fine casual dining restaurant to now kind of, if I could sell limoncello or if I could sell balsamic, our homemade balsamic reduction, we're just kind of making whatever we can work. And my staff has been a huge help and very patient with, all the stresses that are going on financially for them, along with, ourselves. But they've been, the rock of our place, There's plenty of times where I've, almost wanted to have meltdowns and all that, and, they're always there to help and, give the lending hand or do whatever they can to help. So, when we say that we're a family business, that we really are a family business. And, it's just, it's very gratifying, especially during this time now, just to have wonderful, like I said, support and give back from the community. And, along with that, we have been very generous too in giving back to the community. We do constant stuff for Tinley Wish. For actually last year at Tinley Wish for Christmas time, we raised the most money that they've ever raised for Tinley Wish through our restaurant. So that was a pretty good accomplishment for a little guy, for a little restaurant like us. And the countless, fundraisers we have at the restaurant, for people with fighting illnesses or just things that we do every couple months for breast cancer awareness, whether it comes from heart conditions, things for police. We have done, stuff for retired police that are killed on the line of duty, stuff like that. We've had fundraisers along for that too. So we've had a lot in the community too to give back and give thanks for what we've had. So I just wanted to take a moment to give our appreciation from my family and my staff to the village, not only for the last 6 months, but always being helpful to us and helping us in anything that we need. So we love having our business here in Tinley, and we continue to want to have our business in Tinley and stay here for many more years to come. So I just want to say thank you to everyone, and thank you for giving me the time to give our thanks to everybody. So
Great.
Thank you so much.
You want to add, you are working, even though you took your tent down, you want to let everyone know that you're
We are, yes. So we are still operating on pickup. We're actually doing deliveries now too. Some of the servers are just turning into delivery drivers. So we offer curbside and our catering as well. We also do catering. So if you just want to get pans of lasagnas or meatballs or stuff and keep it in the freezer or bust it out when you guys are late on nights like tonight, our families could just enjoy and cook for them too. So we're open every day but Monday, so we're closed on Mondays. But we would appreciate everything, especially in the next coming months, seeing what's the unknown, what's going to happen right now. So
Thanks, Frank.
thank you so much,
you,
everybody.
Frankie.
I appreciate it.
Love you.
I'd just like to add, have used the facilities on the catering many times.
Yes.
And it's always been fabulous.
Thank you.
And we were there the summertime as well.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
It's been great.
Thank you.
Next, we have Apple Chevrolet, has been in Tinley Park for 44 years, since 1976. They currently have 125 employees. In 2019, they were selected as Chevrolet's Car Dealer of the Year. Please join me in welcoming John Alfarevich of Apple Chevrolet. Thanks for coming.
Thank you very much for having Apple Chevrolet as a spotlight tonight. Thank you for supporting Apple, and probably most importantly, thank you for letting us, or allowing us to serve our community for 44 years. 44 years is a lot of history in this room. And maybe I can go back to the day my father decided to take a drive out here to Tinley Park, and we were tavern owners at the time, and my dad knew he couldn't support 5 kids through college on the south side of Chicago because actually the unions were striking and they were going to go back to work. And so my dad partnered up with a gentleman named Bob Model. That's how Apple Chevrolet currently started out here 44 years ago as Bob Model Chevrolet. But Model was the money guy, and my dad and my family were just hard workers, and we were going to make this thing work. So One day, Sunday afternoon, we're driving off of 57, 159th Street here. 159th Street was a two-lane highway, so I know about the 80 Avenue project. They are helpful. Anyway, my sister and I were driving in the back of a station wagon. In those days, you rode backwards. We were about 11, 12 years old, and it was cornfield after cornfield after cornfield, an underdeveloped Tinley Park area. And we got out of the car, and I started laughing. My sister started laughing. Daddy, are we crazy coming out here and you're going to open up a car dealership? I said, you guys are going to be surprised in 10, 15 years. You'll see a shopping center across the street, a mall, a barber shop. You know, it will develop. And the inside was amazing, but you know, little to his knowledge and surprise, there's 24 franchises now on Dealer Row, and it's the work of you guys you here in the village and the community that really knew and understood what it took to run a business. And boy, I think there was a home run and a lot of success there. So I thank you for that. Our business. Our success is probably our employees. Our employees are phenomenal. We have a lot of tender, and we develop people. And, giving back to the community is probably our cornerstone of our business. We know we receive when we give. So we use that philosophy. I've always held with me. JFK, famous, ask not what you can do for your country. Well, we use the same as our business. Ask not what your community or village can do for you. Let's see what we can do for them. And so we, over the years, before transparency became a household word, we were trying to act on that grade for many years. And we were founded in 1963, like I said, under Bob Model. We relocated here in 1975. And almost went through 3 bankruptcies, and one being in 1982, where we changed our name to Apple Chevrolet. And it was a brilliant girl who came. She was our advertising agent. She ordered a pizza on 555-1212, and they were like, ordering a pizza, and we're going through a bankruptcy here? But she said, the phone company is going through a transition here, and there's not a patch for at least for 6 to 9 months. And that was when you dial that number, they located a business by alphabetical order. So our phone started ringing, and it actually became a huge success. Interest rates were high. That's usually the case where a car dealership will fail in high interest rate times because the bank owns our inventory. But anyway, today we have 125 employees. Prior to COVID, it was 143. We lost a few people, but we're actually operating a little smarter digitally. Through COVID, we went through appointment only, and unlike the restaurant business and different businesses, we uniquely pulled out of it. And the car businesses in the community, not hurting as bad as some of the businesses, and this room has a lot of power, and I ask you, if anything's a message here too, not to ever let down your wisdom, your creativity, on helping the businesses that are out there. We have 263 vendors that we use in the community, from advertising to special tools that we use, and it's with your help and guidance and the leadership throughout the years that developed a real strong community. And believe me, from the bottom of my heart, we appreciate Tinley Park. We're grounded. We have one simple vision, and that was over the years was treat people as family, and just have great customer skills, and pretty much that starts our training and our orientation. If you're not good with people, who needs you? So we had two transformations of our dealership, and I'd like to thank the board here in Tinley Park. We had one in 2010 and one in 2017, and there was a lot of obstacles we had to overcome, but our tax TIF was a huge help in getting us to where we needed to be, and some other state-of-the-art objectives that we needed to just compete. You know, like any business, especially when you have 24 dealerships on the street, it's hard to compete, but it's a good place to be if, when it comes to advertising and everything else. We're ranked number 5 in the state of Illinois in car sales. We average around number 5. We sell about 225 to about 275 cars a month. We service about 110 to 130 people a day with their cars, breakdowns or whatever it may be. We won many awards at the dealership. Last 12 years in a row, this standard award is a Mark of Excellence Award. And like I said, we won that for 12 years in a row. General Motors has a new award. They came out the last 7 years. It's called the Business Elite Dealers across the country, and we won every year in a row. But the big prize that came along, and this does not happen without villages like this, was our. We were first off, I was nominated for Time Dealer of the Year. And in 2019, was lucky enough to win that award, and it's pretty wild to see your picture on Time magazine. And there's a congressional record of that in the state of Illinois. But like I said, that we without the support of what you guys do here, we over the years, we would have been nothing. So I don't want to take up much more of your time, but we are blessed to donate. We donate last year to 104 charities in Tinley Park, Orland Park area here, from baseball teams to Knights of Columbus to our USO, which is a huge event. We usually, on a one-day event, we can raise up to $10,000 for the last 7-8 years consistently. And this year, even being under COVID, we raised $5,000 in a single day for our vets, and that all goes to the local community as well. So that being said, you know, from blood drives to Pinewood derbies, car shows, I would like to mention we have Toys for Tots. I act as a drop-off point we do this in conjunction with Rocon and WGN Radio. Well, Rocon's not with them anymore, but we took this a little further, and last year I was able to donate 6 truckloads, and this year hopefully to get 10. We're on our way to being one of the biggest suppliers of Toys for Tots, and I believe Apple Chevrolet will one day make that mark in here in the Chicagoland area. So again, thank you for the help on the Time Magazine Award. It's really helped business, for one, and number 2, I hope it helped the community. So thank you again. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
I would just like to add to it on your comments that you said about charities and organizations that you take care of. They have donated, you know, every year, the Cub Scouts have Pinewood Derby. And we have I'm one of your scout leaders that was there for the various Pinewood Derbies over the years. And we want to thank you again. Santa Claus would be there, and they'd supply all the Cub Scouts with the Pinewood Derbies. They go home and make it, and so on and so forth. So we do. We thank you then. We thank you now for it. And I'm also a customer. I just bought one of my cars in June, and 2 years ago I bought my wife and daughter cars there. And I'll tell you, the number one thing that keeps bringing me back there, service. Your people in there, service. You get a car anywhere. You got 24 dealers there, okay? Service is what I keep coming back for.
Thank you. Well, if you have trouble back there, now you
There
know the
you go.
Thanks, John. Thank you.
Thank you.
Jake, you can move on to item 5 if you like. We're not doing Zettelmeyer's tonight.
Okay, thank you. We'll go on to item 5 then. At this time, I'd ask for a motion to consider appointing William Mann to the position of maintenance technician effective November 18, 2020.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Thank you. Is there any discussion regarding this? If there's not, then we'll move forward with a roll call, please.
Trustee Burke.
Yes.
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Galante.
Yes.
Trustee Glatz.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you. Item 6. This time, I'd ask for a motion to consider the following commission appointments that are listed in your board packet. Should be for the Zoning Board of Appeals and then 1 Plan Commissioner. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Been properly moved and seconded. Thank you. Any discussion? There's not. Please call the roll.
Trustee Burke.
Yes.
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Galante.
Yes.
Trustee Glatz.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you. Give me a brief moment while I reset myself here. I'm just trying to close down my work today. Okay, sorry about that. Item 7. Is there a motion for the consent agenda?
So moved?
Second.
Been properly moved and seconded. Madam Clerk, would you like to read those into the record, please?
Yes, sir. Item A, consider request from the American Legion, Post 615, Women's Auxiliary, to conduct a raffle through December 20th, 2020, with the winner being drawn at the American Legion, Post 615, 17423, 67th Court, on December 20th, 2020. Item B, consider request from St. George Catholic School, 6700 176th Street, to conduct a raffle from January 4th, 2021 through May 1st, 2021, with the maximum value of the prize not to exceed $19,500. Winners will be drawn at the school on May 1st, 2021. Lastly, item C, consider payments of outstanding bills in the amount of $3,165,732.72 as listed on the vendor board approval reports dated October 23rd, October 30th, November 6th, and November 13th, 2020.
Thank you, Clerk. Does any board member care to remove any of these items? There's none. Please call the roll.
Trustee Berg.
Yes.
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Galante.
Yes.
Trustee Glatz.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
Motion will carry. Thank you. Item 8, Trustee Mueller.
I move we consider adopting Resolution 2020-R-115, approving and awarding an Oak Park Avenue facade grant to Robert Barker of J.W. Holstein Saloon at 17358 South Oak Park Avenue.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you.
The owner, Robert Barker of J.W. Holstein Saloon, proposes to construct a new awning above the rear entrance to match the existing awnings of the property. The applicant previously submitted a facade grant request in August for a replacement of the patio fence. The grant was recommended for approval by the board in the amount of $10,900. The current request of $3,450 will bring the total amount for the year to $14,350, well under the maximum of $35,000. The Economic and Commercial Commission reviewed this application and at its November 9th, 2020 meeting and voted 6-0 to recommend approval of the grant. This item was discussed at the Committee of the Whole just prior to this meeting. This resolution is eligible for adoption tonight.
Hey, Mike.
Thank you, Mike. Is there any conversation or discussion regarding this item? Any comment from the public? Very good. Please call the roll.
Roll call for item 8, Trustee Berg.
Yes.
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Galante.
Yes.
Trustee Glatz.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you. Item number 9, Trustee Mueller.
I move we consider adopting Resolution 2020-R-116, approving a Cook County Class 6B reclassification for the property located at 7305 Duvan Drive.
Second.
Thank you. Go ahead, Mike.
This resolution provides support for the Cook County Class 6B incentive, which reduces the tax assessment ratio for the property for 10 years. The applicant does not have a tenant identified for this property, but currently owns, renovated, and leased out 3 other properties on Devan Drive. The resolution includes a redevelopment agreement that addresses the improvements that must be completed. If those items are not met, the village can choose to revoke the reclassification. The Economic and Commercial Commission reviewed the application at its November 9th, 2020 meeting and voted 6-0 to recommend approval of the 6B reclassification. This item was discussed at the Committee of the Whole meeting just prior to this meeting and is eligible for adoption tonight.
Thank you, Trustee Mueller. Is there any comments or questions from the board? There are none. Please call the roll.
Roll call for item 9, Trustee Berg.
Yes.
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Galante.
Yes.
Trustee Glatz.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you. Item 10, Trustee Brennan.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to make a motion to consider adopting ordinance 2020-0-065, amending the village code and adopting a chronic nuisance property abatement ordinance.
I'll second that motion.
Thanks, Mike. The chronic nuisance and property abatement ordinance has been developed in order for the village and the police department to better monitor local businesses and properties. A property is considered a chronic nuisance property when 3 or more nuisance activities have occurred within a 12-month period. A judicial abatement remedy after the property has been determined to be a chronic nuisance property can close the property for a period of not less than 5 consecutive days, but not more than 30 consecutive days, and also impose fines. This item was discussed at the Committee of the Whole meeting held prior to this meeting, and this ordinance is eligible for adoption.
Thanks, Trustee Brennan. Any comments or questions from the board? Please call the roll.
Roll call for item 10, Trustee Berg.
Yes.
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Galante.
Yes.
Trustee Glatz.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you. Item 11, at this time, I'd ask the board for a motion to consider adopting ordinance number 2020-0-070, increasing the number of Class UV liquor licenses that can be issued in the village to Lenny's Gas and Wash, located at 183rd Street. Is there a motion?
So moved.
I'll
And
second
is there
that.
a second?
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded. Thank you. This ordinance amends the municipal code to increase the number of the Class UV liquor licenses, which is the truck stop license, by 1, and awards that license to Lenny's Gas and Wash, located at 7451 183rd Street. The second Tinley Park location will be opening this December and expects to bring in approximately $75,000 of additional sales tax and gaming revenue on an annual basis for the village. This item was discussed earlier this evening at the Committee of the Whole meeting and is eligible for adoption. Is there any comments or questions from the board? Any questions from the public? Please call the roll.
Roll call for item 11, Trustee Berg.
Abstain.
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Galante.
Yes.
Trustee Glatz.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you. Item number 12. At this time, I'd ask the board to consider adopting ordinance number 2020-0-069, amending Title 11, Chapter 112, Section 21A of the Tinley Park Municipal Code, amending Sunday liquor sale hours. Is there such a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded. Thank you. Currently, Title 11, Chapter 112 in the Tinley Park Municipal Code prohibits the sale of alcoholic beverages before 12 p.m. noon on Sunday, except for license holders operating a golf course who begin sales at 8 a.m. This ordinance amends the municipal code to prevent the sale of alcoholic beverages beginning at 9 a.m. on Sundays for all other licensed establishments. This ordinance shall be in full force and effect as of January 1, 2021. This item was discussed earlier this evening at the Committee of the Whole meeting and is eligible for adoption. Pardon me, it was also discussed at the October 20th meeting. Are there any comments or questions from the board? There are none. Please call the roll.
Roll call for item 12, Trustee Berg.
Abstain.
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Galante.
Yes.
Trustee Glatz.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you. Item 13, receive comments from the staff. Any comments from staff this evening, Dave?
I don't believe so, no.
Thank you. Item 14, receive comments from the board. Are there any comments from the board this evening?
I have one. I want to commend our staff, Donna and her staff, for putting on a program honoring Veterans Day this past Wednesday. And considering all that had happened and what's happening with this pandemic, I think our staff did a great job to pull it off and honor our veterans as well as former Governor Pat Quinn, who received an award that day, late as it was, but nevertheless, he did receive it. And I just want to compliment our staff for getting it all together and pulling it off.
Yeah, I'll just say that the Veterans Committee, or Commission did a great job on that. I think they were leading the charge, and they definitely got a lot of good help from the staff, but yeah, thank you to the Veterans Commission for that.
Dave, I do have something. We received word yesterday that we received the Distinguished Budget Award from the Government Finance Officers Association for our most recent budget.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Kudos to you and your staff.
Also, I have one other
Sounded
one.
like Brad.
I have one other one, and that's the Shop and Support fundraiser for the Tinley Park Police Academy, Citizens Police Academy Alumni Association. They are having a fundraiser where you get 10% of money that is purchased over at the Mecca Garden Center up in Mokina, and you present them and of anything that you purchase, and 10% of it will be given back to the Alumni Association. So it's online, the Tinley Park website, you can get it. There are copies. We ask you to support. You're going to buy some Christmas decorations as it is. You might also do something to help somebody else as well. So that happens December 3rd. Bring the flyer with you in order to get the 10% given back to the association.
Thank you, Trustee Brady. Anything else from you, sir?
No, not for me. That's enough.
Very good. Anything else from the board?
Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you, Trustee Berg. I would just echo the same sentiments as the rest. I wish everyone a very healthy and safe and stress-free Thanksgiving with family. I would encourage everyone to continue to stay calm, shop local when you're able to. Being a part of the community and shopping local certainly could make a difference in somebody's month-to-month situation in their business. So I encourage you to continue to do that. And just enjoy your Thanksgiving. We'll move on to item 15, receive comments from the public. Are there any comments from the public? I don't believe there was anything submitted, correct, Laura? Or Clerk Theory?
Yes, the deputy clerk sent an email to the board at approximately 12:59 p.m. today saying no comments were received via email or in the Dropbox.
Thank you. Is there anyone publicly in the building that wants to make a comment before we proceed on?
Mr. Everhart left, Jake.
Thank you. Item 16, at this time, I'd ask for a motion to adjourn to executive session to discuss the following items. A, collective negotiating matters between the public body and its employees or the representatives or deliberations concerning salary schedules for one or more classes of employees. And B, the purchase or lease of real property for the use of the public body, including meetings held for the purpose of discussing whether a particular parcel shall be acquired. Is there such a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Yeah, I'll second it.
Is there a second?
I seconded it.
Mueller seconded.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor? Or actually, it's a roll call. Roll call, please.
Roll call for item 30. Item 16, it should be. Trustee Berg.
Yes.
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Galante.
Yes.
Trustee Glotz.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
Motion will carry. The board will adjourn into executive session, and there shall be nothing in the public session following. Thank you.